Class for economics. Your next topic is properties of indifference curve. So indifference curve, you know very well, that is made like this. First of all, I'm going to discuss about the shape of indifference curve. There you have made indifference curve. The commodity we are showing on x-axis, definitely that is the gaining, and on y-axis that is sacrificing. This is indifference curve. First of all, I want to discuss the shape of indifference curve. Shape of indifference curve is downward sloping. Why downward sloping? Because one commodity is sacrificing, and one other commodity is gaining. So that is why it is downward sloping. Why it has happened? To maintain same level of satisfaction. So that is why one commodity is sacrificing, other commodity is gaining to maintain same level of satisfaction on all the points on indifference curve. Because all the points represent combination of x and y commodity. So all the points of indifference curve showing the same level of satisfaction. That is why it is a downward sloping. Next important point regarding the shape of indifference curve, that it is convex to the point of origin. So indifference curve is convex to the point of origin, like it is showing the convex mirror. This is like the convex mirror. So they are to tell us that what type of indifference curve is, so they are taking the help of the shape of mirror. So that is like the convex. So convex to the point of origin. This is like the convex, no? This is, and now this shape they have taken, then this is the mirror, shape of mirror, convex to the point of origin. Why it is convex to the point of origin? Because of the diminishing marginal rate of substitution. That is convex to the point of origin. So this is the main reason why diminishing marginal rate of substitution happened in indifference curve. The reason for this is because of the law of diminishing marginal utility. Law of diminishing marginal utility. So because of this law, what happens that as you are to sacrifice units of y commodity for x, so for the next combination you will lose lesser unit of y commodity. Why? Because the commodity you are gaining, the utility derived from that commodity goes on diminishing. So that is why you will lose lesser unit for next combination of y commodity. So that is why diminishing marginal rate of substitution means the rate at which the quantity of one commodity is sacrificing for another, that rate will be diminishing. Fine. So this is the shape of indifference curve, and the question can be asked from that why law of diminishing marginal utility, why diminishing marginal rate of substitution applies because of the diminishing marginal utility. So all these things are connected, and the question can be asked in the MCQ form or otherwise. This is the shape of indifference curve, and that is a downward sloping from left to right. That is another thing, and add more thing, left to right. Means yours will start from here and then you will go on like this. Fine. Now coming to the property of indifference curve. First of all, indifference curve are always convex to the origin. So that is convex to the origin. This is the property and the main shape of the indifference curve. Why it is convex to the point of origin? You have to go through from your book, because in your book the things which are written, they are very specific. Then why to follow anything else if you are having such a good book? So I am just marking for lines from this book. An indifference curve is convex to the point of origin because of diminishing marginal rate of substitution. You cannot write MRS, you have to write diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution decline continuously because of the law of diminishing marginal utility. So So as seen in the table 2.6. 2.6 is the table which you can make with the for this. There you are showing that one commodity is gaining and another is sacrificing. This is the table they are talking about, 2.6 table. Here the combinations are P, Q, R, S, T, and apple and banana, two commodities are there. Apple is gaining and banana is sacrificing, and banana is sacrificing in diminishing rate. For example, 5 banana is sacrificed for one apple, then 4 banana, then 3 bananas, then 2 bananas. So that is why you are seeing that there is a diminishing marginal rate of substitution. For every additional unit of apple, you are sacrificing banana but in a diminishing rate. So that is the diminishing marginal rate of substitution. So marginal rate of substitution and diminishing marginal rate of substitution both are the same thing? No, they both are not the same thing. Marginal rate of substitution means the rate at which one commodity is sacrificing for another. That may be diminishing or increasing both. Lekin in the case of indifference curve, it is diminishing marginal rate of substitution which makes indifference curve convex to the point of origin. Fine. तो आप एक कमोडिटी जो दूसरी कमोडिटी के लिए सेक्रीफाइस कर रही है वो डिमिनिशिंग रेट से कर रही है. दैट इज़ वाई हमें कैसा मिलता है इंडिफरेंस कर्व? कन्वेक्स टू द पॉइंट ऑफ ओरिजिन. फाइन. नाउ नेक्स्ट थिंग है, व्हेन द कंज्यूमर कंज्यूम मोर एंड मोर एप्पल देन यूटिलिटी डिराइव फ्रॉम एप्पल गोज ऑन डिक्लाइनिंग. एंड मोर ओवर यू कैन से दैट you are sacrificing bananas and here the utility derived from banana goes on increasing. So for the next unit of apple, he will lose lesser banana. Why? Because the utility derived from apple goes on diminishing. Therefore indifference curve are convex to the point of origin, and it must be noted that marginal rate of substitution indicate the slope of indifference curve. This is very important that this is the slope of indifference curve. स्लोप का मतलब बताएगा कि ये अगर एक लाइन तुम्हारी ड्रॉ अगर ये लाइन तुम्हारी ड्रॉ हो रही है तो अब इसके बाद ये कहाँ जाएगी, फिर ये कहाँ जाएगी, ये दिस इज़ द स्लोप. Difference between the 2 points, that is the slope. All the differences between the points defines the slope. So which tells the slope? Marginal rate of substitution. How much they are sacrificing, like this one. How much they are sacrificing for another commodity. How much they are sacrificing for another commodity in the case of any curve. So that is the diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Now the next property, and in this property, always convex to the point of origin, you have to make the diagram or you can make the table which I have shown you, table 2.6, or you can make the diagram as per the table. If this particular question come of 3 marks, then you have to define all these things and you have to draw only one indifference curve. Likewise, you can make the indifference curve. No need to make the table in this case. Suppose the question comes of 3 marks, then no need to make the table. You have to just draw the diagram. Likewise, you have to make a indifference curve. Then you have to take the combination 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have to make the perpendicular line and then join it with this, and then see sacrificing line has been decreasing from the every next combination. That you can show with this by giving them name A, B, C. Earlier I told you in this way, F, G. So AB is sacrificing, which is decreasing. AB is more than DC and DC is more than FE. So as you can see that sacrificing rate is diminishing. That represent the commodity, this one. And there what we show? Sacrificing commodity. And there what we'll show? Gaining commodity. So X and Y, suppose they are there. You have to make the complete diagram in this way. And then you have to show that sacrificing is decreasing. Fine. So practice yourself in your copy so that it should not be the first time and you will make in the exam. Whenever it will be the first time to make the draw the diagram or to do the things in the exam, then definitely you will not get up to mark. You will be up to mark when you will have practiced everything in your copy earlier also. So practice in your copy. Don't do the things for the first time in the exam time. Okay. Now the next thing is indifference curve slopes downward. So indifference curve slopes downward is the next property of indifference curve. So as I told you, indifference curve slopes downward. Why? Because to maintain the same level of satisfaction. This is very important question. Why one commodity is increasing and other commodity is decreasing? Because of to maintain the same level of satisfaction. That is why there it is written clearly, to maintain the same level of satisfaction. So the total satisfaction remain the same throughout. That is why it happens that there is a indifference curve slopes downward over there. So this is the second point. I am reading this point for you. It implies that consumer consume more of one good, he must consume less of another good. That is what is downward sloping, na? one commodity will increase, another will decrease, one commodity will gain, another commodity will sacrifice for this. It happens because consumer decides to have more unit of one good and he will have to reduce the number of unit of another good to maintain same level of satisfaction. That's it. Look, this is microeconomics. This is very technical. If you write down the appropriate answer and it might be that is of 1 or 2 line, that will be okay. You will get full marks. Fine, because this is a technical subject. So here in difference curve, you can, suppose the question comes of 3 marks, then you can show with the diagram also. If the property asked for the 3 marks, then you are to make the diagram. If the property comes of 2 marks, then you no need to make the diagram, do the question or write down these things as it is. Fine. So for this you can make the diagram again of indifference curve. So the next property is higher indifference curve represent higher level of satisfaction. So when you are talking about higher indifference curve represent higher level of satisfaction, then you have to make the diagram as you have made in indifference curve slope downward. I will explain again that indifference curve slopes downward, which type of diagram you have to make in indifference curve slopes downward. As you can see, I have made for the diagram for second point, x commodity and y commodity you have to show, and you have to show IC1 is the indifference curve and taking 2 point T and T1. So you are saying here for second point, indifference curve slopes downward. So you have to, first you have to make the diagram. After making the diagram, you got 1 out of 1, and then explanation of diagram. You have to write down that from T to T1, y commodity is sacrificing by AB unit and x commodity is gaining by CD unit. As you can say that IC is a downward sloping because one commodity is gaining and other commodity is sacrificing for this. And this is the explanation of the diagram. Fine. Now explanation of the diagram or making of the diagram for third point. For third point, indifference curve, I have to make indifference map because he says that higher indifference curve represent higher level of satisfaction. So I have to make many indifference curve over there. Suppose I have made 3, IC1, IC2, IC3. You can also mention any other name. It is not compulsory to just write down IC1, IC2, Y commodity, X commodity. So higher indifference curve, which one is the higher one? IC1. IC1 is the higher indifference curve, which is having more satisfaction than IC2, and they are having more satisfaction with the comparatively IC3. So because why higher indifference curve is having more satisfaction? Because of the monotonic preference. Y commodity we are consuming, suppose karo OA. Now if we are consuming OA quantity of Y commodity, then we are consuming OB commodity of X commodity, OB quantity of X commodity, and for IC2 we are consuming OC quantity of Y commodity, and for IC1 we are consuming OE quantity of X commodity. So as you are seeing that definitely the quantity of Y is constant for all the indifference curve, but the quantity of another commodity, that is X commodity, goes on increasing. Like for so which indifference curve is having more quantity of X commodity? That is IC1. So IC1 is having the more commodity comparatively other indifference curve. So that means this will give the higher satisfaction. This will give the higher satisfaction to us because of the monotonic preference. What is monotonic preference? Monotonic preference says that higher quantity always gives the higher satisfaction. So here more quantity is consumed with the IC1, so that will give the higher satisfaction, and after IC1 it is IC2 because it is having the more commodity comparatively IC3, and after that IC3 is getting the satisfaction. So which higher indifference curve always having bundle of or quantity of more commodities, more quantity of commodities of both. So that is why IC1 will give the higher satisfaction. देखो जो सबसे बाद वाला कर्व है ये हमेशा ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी रखेगा, बट ऑब्वियस है बनेगा ही कर्व कुछ इस तरह से. इसके ऊपर बनाओगे तो उसमें और भी क्वांटिटीज़ होंगी, तो क्योंकि सबसे ऊपर वाले इंडिफरेंस कर्व में सबसे ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी हैं. और मोनोटोनिक प्रेफरेंस क्या कहती है? मोर क्वांटिटी यू आर कंज्यूमिंग एंड मोर सेटिस्फेक्शन यू आर गेटिंग. सो दैट इज़ वाई हायर इंडिफरेंस कर्व गिव्स higher level of satisfaction. This is the diagram you have to make. Now how will you explain this diagram? You can explain that in the diagram, you can write down in your copy simultaneously. In the diagram there are three indifference curve which is known as indifference map. Group of indifference curve known as indifference map. IC1 is having the, as shown in the diagram, IC1 is having the more quantity of X commodity, that is OE, and Y commodity OA. OA quantity of Y commodity is constant in all the indifference curve like IC1, IC2, IC3, but quantity of X commodity goes on increasing. It is more in IC1. So that is why IC1 is giving more satisfaction, and this is the higher one also. So it proves that higher indifference curve give higher level of satisfaction. After that IC2, which is having OC quantity, and after that IC3, which is having OB quantity of X commodity. So in this way you have to explain and connect your explanation with diagram. If you are not able to connect your explanation with diagram, suppose diagram is of 1 mark, then you will get 1 mark here. And now what about the explanation? You will get 2 out of 2 when you will describe the diagram in this way after taking the points. You can mention the name of the point like E, E1, E2. More alphabets you use for the points, more you will be more able to describe the diagram, because you are to show the point, locate the point that you can locate only with the help of alphabet. Like E1 I am saying, then you will look over there. Like E I am saying, then you will look over there. So some name should be there so that you can call upon. Fine. So in this way you can explain the diagram. Now I am reading this paragraph for you. Higher indifference curve represent large bundle of goods. Definitely large bundle. Bundle means कि कितनी quantity X की है, कितनी quantity Y की है. So that is known as bundle. If you want to represent the bundle, then you can show in this way. Suppose X and Y commodities are there, then a bundle will be 10 and 4. 10 unit of X and 4 unit of Y. Then you can write 5, 3. So here is a bundle which is showing 5 unit of X and 3 unit of Y. This is the bundle. They are the bundle. So he is saying the bundle, large bundle. This is the bundle. You can make the bundle in this way. So large bundle of goods, which means more utility. When you are having more quantity, that means you are having more utility. Because of the monotonic preference. Monotonic preference, what monotonic preference is? Higher quantity gives higher satisfaction. Now consider A point on IC1 and B point on IC2. At A, there they are showing in the diagram 2.5. So they are showing that A point on IC1 and B point on IC2. At A point, consumer get the combination OR and OP of two commodities and X and Y. And B point, he gets the combination OS and OP. These are the bundle they made. As OS is more than OR, the consumer will get the more satisfaction at IC2. I can show these things in the diagram which they have made, and they are referring, that is 2.5 page. Figure 2.5. This is the diagram they are talking about, 2.5. So there they are showing that for IC1 the bundle is OP and OR. For IC2 the bundle is OP and OS. This is the bundle on IC2. So OS is more than OR, as you are seeing on IC2. That is why IC2 is giving more level of satisfaction. Fine. You are to, I'm just telling you that you are to show the points on, and then you can explain the diagram. They have explained the diagram so well because they are referring all the points on indifference curve. So in this way you can take, this is the OP that represent the commodity of Y. OP is same for IC1 and IC2. For IC1, what about the X commodity? OR is the quantity shown for the IC1 and OS quantity shown for the IC2. So OS is more than OR. Here OS is, you can say OS is more than OR of X commodity. That is why IC2 is giving more or higher level of satisfaction. If you are checking the diagram, IC2 is higher than IC1. They are not talking about IC3 yet. They have made it, but they are not talking about IC3 because they took 2 points on IC1 and IC2. So IC2 is the higher one, which gives the higher level of satisfaction. Now this is the fourth property of indifference curve, which is showing that indifference curve never intersect each other. Here you are seeing that indifference curve are intersecting each other. This cannot happen in the case of indifference curve. This is the wrong diagram. Yet they have made for you to prove something. So now two indifference curve never intersect each other because two indifference curve cannot show the same level of satisfaction. if at A point they are intersecting, that means at A point the satisfaction level on both the indifference curve are same. That cannot be possible. So it means only one indifference curve will pass through a given point on the indifference map. This is the indifference map area. If point on one indifference curve is passing through, then another point of another indifference curve cannot pass through on the same point. So that's they are saying that two indifference curves never intersect each other. It means only one indifference curve will pass through a given point on an indifference map. Another indifference curve cannot have the same point on the indifference curve. Similarly, points, they are explaining the thing. Similarly, points A and C on IC2. A and C, these are all the points on IC2, and A and B, these 2 points are on IC1. So A and C are on IC2, A and B are on IC1, which is a common point A. That means A is having the same level of satisfaction at IC1 and IC2 both. So that means, and that has been said that all the points on the same indifference curve give the same level of satisfaction. अगर A point IC1 और IC2 दोनों पे लाई करता है, इसका मतलब IC1 का जो A पॉइंट है उस पर जो सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल रही है सेम B पे मिल रही है, और IC2 का जो A पॉइंट है उस पर जो सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल रही है सेम C पे मिल रही है. बट सेटिस्फेक्शन फ्रॉम B एंड C कैन नॉट बी इक्वल ड्यू टू द मोनोटोनिक प्रेफरेंस. व्हाट हैपन्स दैट, सपोज दिस इज द B पॉइंट. अगर आप ड्रॉ करोगे इसको, आई एम मेकिंग दिस डायग्राम इन माई कॉपी ऑल्सो. सो B and C, these are the 2 points. There is IC1 and IC2. A पॉइंट तो कॉमन है. चलो A पॉइंट पे जो आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल रही है, A बंडल पे जो आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल रही है वो आपकी B के बराबर है, और ये किस पर हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है IC1 पे. अब IC2 जो A सेटिस्फेक्शन आपको दे रहा है A बंडल, वही आपको B दे रहा है, वही आपको C दे रहा है, क्योंकि A और C आपस में बराबर होंगे, क्योंकि A जो है वो IC2 पर है. A और B आपस में बराबर होंगे क्योंकि A IC1 पर है. लेकिन ये नहीं हो सकता कि B और C आपको सेम लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फेक्शन दे रहे हैं, बिकॉज C बंडल इज हैविंग द मोर क्वांटिटी ऑफ X कमोडिटी E1. So OT is the quantity of Y commodity. That is definitely common for IC1 and IC2. But for IC1, quantity of apple, that is B, that is OE, and then for IC2 that is OE1. तो IC2 से IC1 में कि X जो ये एप्पल है किसकी क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा है, IC1 के लिए या IC2 के लिए? डेफिनेटली IC2 के लिए. देख लो, OE ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है IC1 की क्वांटिटी, फिर OE1 ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है IC2 की क्वांटिटी. तो अगर IC2 पे C पॉइंट पे क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा है एप्पल की, तो ये नहीं हो सकता कि ये दोनों सेम लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन दे, बिकॉज मोर क्वांटिटीज़ आर इन्वॉल्व ओवर देयर. देखो, B से C पॉइंट पर आने में एप्पल की क्वांटिटी तो बढ़ गई, लेकिन बनाना की क्वांटिटी तो नहीं घटी ना B और C में, ठीक है ना. अगर एक की क्वांटिटी बढ़ गई और दूसरे की नहीं घटी, इसका मतलब ही इज़ हैविंग मोर सेटिस्फैक्शन. तो ऑन IC2 ही इज़ गेटिंग, बिकॉज IC2 इज़ द हायर वन ओवर देयर, so IC2 is giving more level of satisfaction due to monotonic preference. So this is the diagram which cannot be made when two indifference curve intersect each other. The diagram should be like this. There are two indifference curve and higher one will give the satisfaction. This is the right diagram. That cannot happen. This is the wrong diagram. When two indifference curve intersect each other, definitely the higher one will give the more satisfaction. ये आप ऐसे बना के प्रूव करोगे कि A पॉइंट जो IC1 IC2 पर है वो तो सेम लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन दे रहा है, बिकॉज दैट इज़ द कॉमन इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट. लेकिन IC1 पे जो B पॉइंट है और IC2 पे जो C पॉइंट है, दे कैन नॉट बी इक्वल, बिकॉज C पॉइंट इज हैविंग मोर क्वांटिटी ऑफ एप्पल. If C point is having more quantity of apple, how can be the satisfaction from B and C can be equal? So satisfaction from B and C never be equal. तो जब ये A is equal to B है, B is equal to A is equal to C है, तो B is equal to C तो अपने आप होना चाहिए, but that cannot be possible. तो इस केस में क्या होगा, इसे कहते हैं ट्रांसिटिविटी ऑफ चॉइस. दैट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल. इसीलिए ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि टू इंडिफरेंस कर्व कैन इंटरसेक्ट ईच अदर. नाउ आई एम रीडिंग दिस फ्रॉम योर पॉइंट्स गिवन इन योर बुक. What they said that in figure 2.7, this is a figure they are talking about. Satisfaction from point A and from B on IC1 will be the same. Find A and from point A and B. यानी कि A और B दोनों पे सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल सेम है. फिर A और C और IC2 दोनों पे सेटिस्फैक्शन सेम है, लेकिन B और C का सेम नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज C इज़ हैविंग मोर क्वांटिटी. नेक्स्ट दे आर राइटिंग, इट मीन्स दैट पॉइंट B and C should also give the same level of satisfaction. They are talking about this B and C which are on the different indifference curve. As B and C lie on the two indifference curve IC1 and IC2 respectively and represent different level of satisfaction, and they are not mentioning that C is having more quantity, that has been skipped over there, but you can write that on C point more quantities of apples are there, so that is why it will definitely give more satisfaction than B point. So that is not possible that two indifference curve can intersect each other. In this way you have to explain. When you are explaining all the properties, then you have to make the diagram and you have to give your explanation connecting to the diagram. Otherwise, the thing will be messed up and you will not get good marks. Now, the next thing is, an indifference curve can never touch x or y axis. This is the next property. I don't know why they're making in a different heading. So this is the fifth point. That indifference curve can never touch x or y axis. So in this way you have to make the diagram in this way. If you are following the fifth point that is given in your book, there is an indifference curve never touches x or y axis. You have to make the diagram in this way. So this is the wrong diagram, because indifference curve, if this is the indifference curve, it cannot touch the y axis. Y axis shows the some quantity of banana, like OB is the quantity of banana, and the quantity of apple is 0, which cannot be possible, because it is the assumption of indifference curve that you have to consume both the commodities apple and banana. It cannot be possible that one commodity is consuming and another commodity is getting 0. So this is the wrong diagram. You will write over there, and this is the wrong diagram. This cannot be possible that IC1 touches any of the axis. And in the same way, this is also the IC, suppose IC2, and they are touching the x axis. That means the quantity of apple is OC and quantity of banana is 0 over there. That cannot be possible, because there is an assumption of indifference curve that consumption of both the commodities should be there. So this is the property you can write in the form of property here. So here the explanation: indifference curve touches y axis, it would mean that consumption of commodity on the x axis is 0. If the indifference curve touching x axis, it means that consumption of the commodity on the x axis will be 0. And indifference curve can never touch any of the axis, because you can write over there that assumption of the indifference curve is that consumption of two commodities must be there. It is not possible that consumption of one commodity is there and consumption of another commodity is 0. So these are the properties of indifference curve, and you have to make on the properties of indifference curve. Any question if you are having, you can ask. Fine.